The trap of force, why striving fails. Imagine you're sprinting through a maze, heart pounding, walls closing in, only to realize the exit keeps shifting. That's what it feels like to chase alignment through sheer force. Carl Jung's philosophy slices through our modern obsession with hustle. Life doesn't bend to control, it flows with energy. You might chant, "I am enough," while your subconscious whispers, "I'm unworthy," and guess what? The universe tunes into that deeper signal. I learned this the hard way. For years, I poured myself into career goals, tweaking vision boards, chasing promotions, thinking one more achievement would unlock peace. But every milestone left me emptier, like chasing a mirage. Jung's insight hit me like a thunderclap: we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. If you're operating from fear or scarcity, your reality mirrors that chaos. Consider a friend of mine, Sarah, who spent years chasing a perfect relationship. She'd analyze every text, strategize every date, but each connection fizzled. Why? Her energy was rooted in a childhood fear of being unlovable, not in genuine desire. Jung's shadow, the hidden beliefs we ignore, amplifies this. When you force outcomes, you're not just fighting life, you're fighting yourself. I used to think more effort meant more results, but Jung's wisdom flipped that script. Picture a river dammed up with rocks. It doesn't flow until you remove the barriers. Surrender isn't laziness, it's clearing the path. My take. The hustle culture we're fed is a lie. It glorifies exhaustion, not progress. Stop forcing the door open. Check your pockets, you might already hold the key. Ask yourself, what's driving my chase? Is it desire, or is it fear masquerading as ambition? When you pause the grind, you give your soul room to breathe, and that's where the real shift begins. The power of surrender, becoming, not doing. Surrender sounds like defeat, but in Jung's world, it's a superpower, an active choice to trust life's rhythm. When you stop micromanaging outcomes, you create space for your true self to surface. I used to equate surrender with giving up my dreams, picturing a life of apathy. But Jung's teaching, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate, showed me otherwise. Surrender is about releasing the frantic grip, not the vision. A few years ago, I was obsessed with landing a dream job. I'd network, rewrite my resume daily, and lose sleep over interviews. The harder I pushed, the more doors closed. Exhausted, I stopped. Not out of despair, but trust. I focused on enjoying my craft, not proving my worth. Within weeks, an unexpected opportunity appeared, one I hadn't chased. This isn't just my story. Think of a musician friend, James, who spent years chasing record deals, only to burn out. When he stopped forcing and started playing for joy, gigs found him. Surrender aligns your energy with your essence. Jung's idea of integration means embracing all parts of you, light and shadow, without judgment. My insight? It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up daily to check its growth, you water it, trust it, and let it unfold. Surrender doesn't mean inaction, it means acting from wholeness, not desperation. In today's world, we're bombarded with manifest faster hacks, but Jung's approach is deeper. It's about embodying abundance before it arrives, loving yourself before love appears. When you vibrate at the frequency of trust, life responds. Try this: next time you feel the urge to control, pause. Breathe. Ask, what if I trusted myself? That's where the magic starts. The shadow within, facing the unconscious. Jung's concept of the shadow is where transformation gets raw. The shadow isn't just your flaws, it's the fears, shame, and unworthiness you've buried, silently steering your life. I once chased a relationship, convinced it would fix me, only to realize I was running from a childhood wound of rejection. Jung's warning, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely, hit hard. Facing your shadow means sitting with discomfort, those moments you'd rather scroll your phone than feel. For me, it was admitting my hustle wasn't ambition but a fear of being invisible, rooted in a memory of being overlooked as a kid. Shadow work isn't Instagram friendly, it's messy, tear-soaked, and profoundly freeing. Take my colleague, Lisa, who obsessed over her startup's success, working 80-hour weeks. She thought it was drive, but it was fear of failure, tied to her parents' high expectations. When she faced that shadow, she scaled back, found balance, and her business thrived. Jung teaches that unacknowledged shadows sabotage us, pushing us toward toxic partners, draining careers, or fleeting validation. My take. Shadow work is the ultimate manifestation tool. You can't attract love while hating parts of yourself. You can't draw abundance while clinging to scarcity. Try this, write down a goal you're chasing. Now ask, what fear is hiding beneath it? Maybe it's not the promotion you want, but the approval it represents. When you bring those shadows to light, they lose their power. You start creating from authenticity, not pain. This isn't about fixing yourself, it's about embracing every piece of who you are. The void, embracing the in-between. The void, that liminal space after you let go but before anything shifts, feels like a cosmic prank. It's silent, uncertain, and your ego screams, this isn't working. Jung reframes this as purification, not punishment. It's where your nervous system recalibrates to hold what's coming. I felt this void after quitting a toxic job. I'd stopped chasing, but my bank account was empty, and doubt crept in. Was I foolish to trust? But Jung's wisdom, that the unconscious responds to resonance, not timelines, kept me grounded. The void is where you practice being abundant with nothing, loving without a partner, free without external proof. I saw this in my friend, Maria, who waited years for a creative breakthrough. After endless rejections, she stopped forcing and started exploring her art for herself. In that void, she found her unique voice, and opportunities followed. My insight? The void is a mirror, reflecting your deepest beliefs. If you panic, you're still tied to fear. If you find peace, you're aligning with truth. In our instant gratification culture, we dread the void, seeking quick fixes. But Jung's approach teaches patience. Try this, in moments of emptiness, journal how you'd feel if your desire was already here. Embody that energy. The void isn't barren, it's fertile, preparing you for what's meant to be. It's not about waiting, it's about becoming. When you trust the void, you dissolve the illusion of time, and life begins to shift. The alchemy of wholeness, magnetizing your destiny. Jung's ultimate truth is that you don't chase destiny, you become it. When you stop proving, stop begging, you return to your original frequency, the self before fear took root. I used to think manifestation meant visualizing harder, but Jung's words, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, reframed everything. It's about remembering, not building. After years of chasing external validation, I paused to ask, who am I without the applause? The answer shifted my reality. Job offers, friendships, and opportunities flowed, not because I forced them, but because I embodied my worth. Consider my neighbor, Tom, who chased wealth to prove his value. When he stopped and focused on his passions, mentoring kids, abundance followed in unexpected ways. Jung's integration means carrying your light and shadow with grace. My commentary? Wholeness is alchemy. It's not about perfection but harmony. In a world obsessed with likes and metrics, Jung's approach is revolutionary. You don't need more followers, you need more you. Try this, list 3 qualities you admire in others. Now live them. When you embody your essence, life reshapes around you. The universe doesn't mirror your hustle, it mirrors your being. Stop striving. Become the frequency of what you seek, and watch destiny find you. This isn't just a video, it's your wake-up call. You're not cursed or forgotten. You're being summoned to rise, to shed control, and to step into your power. Jung's wisdom isn't about doing more, it's about becoming more. I've walked this path, from frantic chasing to quiet alignment, and I can tell you, when you trust yourself, life trusts you back. Pause. Breathe. Ask, what am I chasing, and why? Let the answers guide you home. In our noisy world, stillness is rebellion. Choose it. Don't let this moment slip away like another fleeting insight. Hit that like button to anchor this truth in your heart. It's a small act to affirm your commitment to awakening. Subscribe to join this pilgrimage, not for more noise, but for deeper remembrance. Share this with someone lost in the chase, someone searching for themselves, because your share could be the spark that lights their path. As Jung said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. Take one step today, pause for 5 minutes, feel your breath, and ask, what if I'm already enough? This is your pilgrimage, your remembrance, your awakening. Welcome home. Life has a way of slipping through your fingers, doesn't it? You've been there, tossing and turning at 3 a.m., wondering why your plans keep crumbling, why your affirmations feel hollow, why the universe seems to ignore your pleas. You've meditated, journaled, visualized, chased every self-help trend, yet the needle barely moves. The raw truth. You're not failing because you're broken. You're stuck because you're gripping too tightly, trying to wrestle life into submission. Carl Jung's wisdom cuts through the noise. What you resist not only persists but grows in size. This video isn't about doing more. It's about daring to do less, to surrender, not out of defeat, but out of trust. Stop chasing. Start becoming. Let's dive into Jung's profound insights and uncover why letting go might be the key to everything falling into place.